Hey there, YouTube. This is Oseaana, and I am still answering questions that I'm getting. So this video is a question that I got from Diana, which is about the importance of colors and especially wearing colors in regards to spirituality, not fashion sense. So her question is, you've mentioned before about not wearing black or to wear white for some situations. Why does color play an important role? So okay, color holds an energy and a frequency just like anything else. We are energy beings. Everything around us is energy at different densities, and vibration at different densities. So colors hold a certain frequency, and they also hold a certain meaning and significance depending on your personal preference. Some people don't like certain colors. Some people love certain colors. And if you will gravitate towards certain colors, then you should definitely wear them and enjoy them. That means that your energy and your frequencies are melding together. They vibe things. Certain colors work for certain people and other colors work for other people. But with the question of wearing black or not to wear black, or wearing white or not to wear white spiritually, for me, and these are my experiences, has nothing to do with anyone else's experiences, but for me, spiritually, for certain spiritual occasions, for certain spiritual ceremonies and rituals, I wear white, or I don't wear black. So I'll wear some other kind of light color, or a color that isn't very dark. And that's just my personal preference from my own experience and from my own learning from the people that I consider elders. And a lot of this goes into the African traditional religions that I've studied and had experiences in. And in certain traditions, wearing white is part of the ceremonial experience. It's a symbol of purity. It's a symbol of cleanliness. And white is, and I've talked about this before with folks, white is reflective. If you're outside and, it's very bright because somebody has all white on, white reflects light. Black or dark absorbs it. And you know that from going out in the sun in all black, and you're feeling hot because or in a black car, it absorbs the sun, it absorbs the energy, and our energy comes from the sun. So black absorbs, white reflects. So if you're in a state of spiritual purity or a spiritual cleansing, you may want to wear white to reflect any kind of energy that may be out there that you don't want in your energy field or to cling to you. So wearing white helps that situation. And there's a lot of different, thoughts and people out there who think, who have different ideas. Some people think that black is more protective, whereas for me, white is more protective because it does reflect. But other folks believe that black is more protective because it is dark. It's hidden. You can be hidden in black, and I can understand that. And there's some situations where I would wear black for that purpose. But in general, how often do people just put on all white and go out into the world? Not often. It gets dirty easily, and certain times of the years, socially it's not acceptable. So, it also, wearing all white takes you out of your everyday life. So if you're in a state of spiritual connection where you're trying to alter your spiritual energy, or connect with spirit in a different way, or to manifest or make change or transform something spiritually, it's always a good idea to do something physically that is different than what you normally do, to let your body and your energy field know that this is now changing, this is now shifting. So wearing all white could be one of those things. But if you normally wear all light colors, then maybe wearing all black could be one of those things. So, shifting our energy, because we are physical beings and live in this physical world, sometimes to make that shift or to get things started, we have to do something physical. So that's sometimes changing our environment, our physical environment, changing our physical habits, changing the clothes that we wear, the way that we dress, changing the foods that we eat, or changing, the people that we associate ourselves with, to let our energy know that we are making a shift, because we are such physical beings, and everything around us is physical. So sometimes making a physical shift can catapult that for some people. So I'll put a little graphic up at the end of this video with some explanations of colors and their meanings and properties. But I maybe 10-ish years ago, I went through a time in my life where I needed a heavy-duty spiritual cleansing. So under the guidance of an elder, I went through a month-long spiritual cleansing, ceremonies, and all kinds of things, but I had to wear white for a full month, all white. So that was a shift for me, because even though I wore black a lot before, but not, I never was all black wearing type of person, but wearing all white, I don't think I ever did, because, it gets dirty and, all kinds of stuff. But during that month-long process, I felt a shift in my energy, along with all the other spiritual things that I was doing. But my day-to-day energy shifted because I was more aware of my spiritual self. I was more aware of the spirits that walk with me. I was more aware consciously of energy. And it did take me out of the situation, helped me to get out of that situation that I was in, and to make the necessary shifts and changes and manifest what I was trying to manifest. Excuse me. So, I'm gonna drink here. So, during that month-long period, I also had divination done and consultations, and I knew this as I was going through this process, that I needed to be careful of the colors that I wore, just because of the way that my energy is. I'm very open, and I do work with a lot of spirits. I do work with people and who have different energies as a reader and a healer. So I have to be careful of the energy around me and what kind of things that I allow to collect on me. So I was told not to wear black too much, and that wearing dark colors could shift me into a different type of energy that I wasn't really interested in having. And I knew this as I was going through that process, that information was coming to me as well. So from that point on, I didn't wear black very often at all. And if I did, it was just like, black incorporated with something else, but I didn't wear black on the top. Maybe a black skirt, or, I only wear skirts. I probably should do a video, or skirts or dresses. I probably should do a video on that at some point, but maybe a black skirt, but very rarely. I think I had one black skirt at the time, and I didn't wear it often. So anyway, I changed a lot of the things that I was wearing a lot more light colors, bright colors, and colors in general. And I had been doing that for years and years, and I think probably in the last 2 or 3 years, I started incorporating black again. I think that's because my life had changed, my energy had shifted, things that I was trying to accomplish, finally came to fruition, and now I can wear black without having any kind of, just, the way that it made me feel spiritually changed. Whereas before, if I were to had put on all black, I could feel a definite shift in the way I felt. Now it doesn't affect me as much. So like today I have a black shirt on, I have a gray skirt on, but so it's, it's really up to the individual. And I've had students where I, have suggested to them that, for specific reasons, ceremony, to, especially for cleansing, to wear white afterwards. And I know some of them are like, okay, yeah, whatever. I gotta find some white. I gotta go out and buy some clothes or something. And they're like, they have no, they're like, they'll just do it because I said to do it. But afterwards, they're like, I didn't expect to have this profound experience that I had. I didn't expect to have the, just feel more conscious of everything around me. And it also puts you into a state of being very aware of the things that you do, where you go, what you touch. And that in itself can shift you, shift your energy. But just spiritually, they felt more connected to their spiritual process. If they were at work, it's so easy to forget what we are spiritually trying to manifest when we're in our day-to-day life. So, and their interactions with people were different. People approached them differently. They, put themselves out into the world differently. So a lot of my students had, a profound experience dealing, just wearing white and going through that process. I always suggest putting on white after doing a spiritual cleansing. Even if it's just for a few hours, you should cleanse yourself and put on clean white clothes. Cover your head if that works for you. I have to cover my head often for different things. But to kind of, be in just a different state and be in a different environment where you're reflecting any kind of thing that would counter what you had just done by cleansing. So there are people that have, and people that I've known personally, at least 2 people I've known personally that have said, kind of chastised or made fun of folks who feel the need to wear white for spiritual reasons, for protection, and cleansing, because, if you're powerful and you know what you're doing and you're, this badass witch, you should be able to wear black and absorb any kind of energy, let it come on, bring it on. I'm, all powerful. I can do whatever. And to be honest, I had to laugh because both of the people that said that to me had a big mess of a life. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but that was just my experience with 2 people that had said that. And I'm not, whatever works for people. If it works for you, if it doesn't, whatever. I'm not here to preach or anything. But if you want to give it a try and see if that shifts your energy, if you find that you do wear a lot of dark clothes, and surround yourself with darkness sometimes and that's not cool for you, your life is, feeling a little off, maybe shift and turn it on the other, flip it, put it on the B side. So, it doesn't really have to do with negativity or, positivity or good or bad or, evil, goodness or whatever. It has nothing really to do with that. It has more to do with the energy, the frequency of energy. And energy is just energy, but frequencies are high and low and here and there, and different frequencies play different parts in how we perceive our surroundings. So I think that's it. So yeah, for certain situations, I do wear all white. For certain situations, I do wear all black. Not very often, but, the other day was Halloween. Around Halloween, I had all black on just because the shirt I wanted to wear was black and the only skirt that went with it was black. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Why I say to wear white for some situations. And like I said, I'll put up a little graphic here about colors. And if anyone has any other questions or comments, please put it below or feel free to contact me on Facebook. And if you're interested in a reading, consultation, products, spiritual products, check out my website, Oseaana.com. And that's it. I got a reading in 5 minutes. I better go. All right. Blessed be.